Late Night with the Devil is a brand new satire horror film written and directed by Cameron and Colin Keynes. The film is about a live television show in 1977 on Halloween night that goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. I found Late Night with the Devil to have a great build up from the suspenseful tone that in the end it made this to be a frightening and insane experience. What made this frightening the most was putting myself in the shoes of pretending to watch something going horribly wrong live on television as an audience member. Funny enough, this reminded me of watching the chilling and pranked TV film called Ghostwatch from the BBC. Highly recommend that, by the way. I'm glad to see David Dastmalchian finally get given the opportunity to be a lead role in the film. He has played many other supportive and minor roles in the past, and he has been amazing, such as The Dark Knight, Prisoners, Blade Runner 2049, The Suicide Squad, Dune Part 1, Oppenheimer, and many more examples. Dastmalchian as the lead character, Jack Delroy, crushed it and was excellent. He plays as this charisma and desperate talk show host, and I was thinking about if Alan Partridge meets The Exorcist, about someone whose career was going up and is now going down, hoping to get the career back on track by hosting a Halloween special and having guests on who have had involvement with the supernatural. In other contexts, I also had other vibes from Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby and Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left when it came to the culture and commentary of that time in America. This is shown at the opening of the film. The themes from the story about grief and more importantly about fame were fascinating to me. With fame, it brings up discussions on how far would you go to get your career back if you risk and care more about views and less about the safety and well-being of yourself, your team, your guests, and your audience from the dangers of the paranormal. Regarding grief, I won't say much because I don't want to give too much away, but it's about something personal from Jack Delroy's past. The sets, costumes, music, and camera work all did great jobs of capturing the 70s feel. The creation and presentation of the talk show had a lot of thought and detail. When it came to the structure of an intro, monologues and jokes from a host, guest interviews, music, credits, and of course, a lot of adverts. By the way, this is coming from someone who doesn't really watch that much talk show television in his spare time, and instead has a degree qualification in television production. So yeah, I know my shit. I did it for research for 3 years. I thoroughly enjoyed the choices and uses of the colours and aspect ratios this film went for. When the show is on air, it's the classic TV 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's full of lively colours. That represents the life of dreams, and everything is looking perfect for our main character. When the show is off air, it's a widescreen aspect ratio, and in black and white. That represents the life of reality. Everything is looking imperfect for everyone, and again, our main character. Some viewers may find this repetitive. It does happen quite a lot while the ads are on, but in my opinion, it works for the slow escalation of the insanity growing and growing. Also, the realism when it comes to the making of a talk show production. The film had impressive makeup and practical effects that were just so grotesque and satisfying to watch. A nice little love letter to the subgenre of body horror and David Cronenberg. With my issues, I felt the visual effects were poor and did not look finished to me. For example, someone vomits black blood and it did not look right, making the audience I was with feeling quiet and not really having a shocking reaction. Maybe the film could have been longer, but this didn't help from the end in bringing up more questions than answers about the personal side of Jack Delroy, and I do think some audiences will be divided by the ending. In the end though, Late Night with the Devil is not the most original horror film, but it does have some interesting and scary stuff going on. I do think audiences will be on the edge of their seat, and in the end, I do think it will be discussion worthy and a cult classic. You can check out the film now in UK cinemas for a limited time. If you miss or you would prefer to wait, the film will be heading to stream on Shudder. I'm going to give Late Night with the Devil 4 stars out of 5. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please let me know your thoughts about the film in the comments below. I appreciate the support as always. Until next time.